let's get into.
Sorry,
go ahead. I was going to say, let's get into the Ronda Rousey story. She's coming back.
Yeah, so Ronda Rousey's coming back. Like, the Ronda Rousey contract is supposed to be 2 years with an option for a third. I think at this juncture they know that she's not going to be doing the third, so they are looking to stack up this WrestleMania as much as they can and then make a decision for whether it's going to be 2 nights or not. Now, we were pretty much told it wasn't going to be 2 nights once they booked Dallas, the Dallas Stadium, but now they are looking at that format just in terms of if they can put a card together for it or not. That would mean you obviously go to Ronda and Becky. But yeah, at the moment, Ronda Rousey is supposed to be coming back towards the start of the year. So she would be working.
WWE has 5 top girls. Has 5 girls at the top, like 5 top guys. I'll call them top guys. They've got 5 top girls. That's like pretty strong. You got Bianca, Charlotte, Sasha, Becky, and Ronda coming back. That's very strong.
And
you could do
when
a
she
lot
comes
of
back,
TV
Bayley.
and Bayley too. You could do a lot of TV, long angles with integrating those characters with each other. You know, that's a pretty strong top of the card for their women right now.
Do you know what they're gonna do with Ava Marie?
Eva Marie, no, I don't think they know what they're doing. I don't think they did this right from the get go. No. There's a group of people who are on the free agency, this free agency thing, which includes Brock Lesnar, because Brock Lesnar is only in to do this match with Roman, and then he'll be able to move back across to Raw. I think at the moment the card is set up. If they're going to go to the 2-night format, they're going to need to put Lashley and Lesnar and Ronda and Becky on the other night to sell it, and have Rock and Roman on the other night, which sells itself. And that's another reason why SmackDown has done so poorly in the draft, in terms of Raw taking so many more people and SmackDown only getting Drew and Charlotte, is because you've just appeased Fox with Becky and Brock being on your television for a few weeks. Now they're going to be over on Raw, and then you're going to have to supplement that with the Rock. But I think when you get the Rock on Fox, I think that's going to be more than enough for them to be happy with that trade-off.
Well, that had to be part of one of the conditions of the meeting, I guess. Didn't you? Was that you that was reporting that Vince had this dinner with the Fox executives, this big long dinner, and they talked? They had a meeting, him and Nick and stuff. Was that you that reported that?
I didn't talk about it here. I didn't report it either. I know it happened. I know I saw it somewhere else as well.
All right, so I wonder if that was what came out of that. Is that, hey, look, if you take because Vince is trying to serve 2 masters. Raw could not be entirely happy that SmackDown has Roman and the Usos and Heyman for all this time, right? So I wonder if
that would have been Damage Control. That's a Damage Control meeting, because this relationship has been fractured for a while. SmackDown's not been delivering where it was supposed to by the pandemic. And I see these marks online, and they're going SmackDown 2.3, AEW 1.1, and they're how AEW is not close. But SmackDown's not supposed to be doing 2.3. SmackDown is on Fox. You go to America, you go to any hotel in the country, Fox is there. SmackDown has got widespread reach across the country. I think it's 94%. If I'm not.
Do you know what they should? Do you have access to what you think the network did expect them to get?
They promised them a 1.0 in the demo. I thought that was the original thing, that they were going to get a 1.0 in the demo, and it's like half.
See if you can find out, Billy, what it is at Fox, what their projections were.
Yeah, well, I mean, the projections were Latino American growth, which was the idea of doing 2 West Coast WrestleManias in a row, which didn't happen. They were supposed to go to SoFi, and they were supposed to go to Raiders Stadium on back-to-back years, and they were really supposed to do that because Fox identified a huge gap in the market. They were supposed to have an increase there. They also felt like the WWE weren't performing to as much as they could, and that they could, with their involvement, that they could increase it, which involved advertising on the NFL and things of that nature, which they have done. Fox have come through with everything, and WWE on their part have not come through with a rating, and they doubled down on their deal with NBC by going to Peacock with their streaming content, which means that there's nowhere else for Fox to go in terms of expansion. All that Fox can do is renew SmackDown in 3 years' time, and WWE already have offers on the table from streaming services like Apple, who are desperate to get into the streaming game, like because Apple will buy up any kind of like live content that they can in order to establish themselves as a streaming network. And WWE are in a good position where their product is massively overvalued for the numbers it does, because they'll tell people that our social media metrics and our YouTube views are this, that, or the other. I think it was 13 billion in the last quarter. And then on these streaming networks will bite, and Nick Khan will steal more money from these people and do another deal, because that's what his job is to do. That's why they stole Nick Khan from CAA.
Yeah, no, he's shrewd. He's shrewd and he's smooth and he's smart.
So give me some information. What's happening with the recent becoming a mother, Ronda Rousey?
Yeah, so that's in my news this week. So I actually got that from a unique source this week. But Ronda Rousey is returning to the WWE. I believe it's at the start of the year. They're looking to load up this WrestleMania. They're looking at their options for doing WrestleMania in 2 nights in Dallas. The only way they would do this is if you have Brock Lesnar challenging for the Raw title, which would be against Big E or Bobby Lashley. I would probably say Bobby Lashley. Then you would have the Ronda Becky match, and this would just be night 1, because night 2, the only way that you compete with The Rock and Roman on night 2 is by making night 1 massively stacked with main events, because nobody's buying night 1 if you've got Brock and The Rock on the same show, or even if you've got Ronda and The Rock on the same show. You can't. You have to load one, and you have to have The Rock on the other. I don't think they will get all the people that they want to do 2 nights. I think it's crazy to try and sell out Dallas Stadium for 2 nights when you probably can't even sell out 1. It doesn't make any sense. If they're going to do it in terms of a configuration where they're looking at 60,000 a night in cheaper tickets, just simply because they understand that WrestleMania is more digestible as 2 3.5 hour shows, as opposed to torturing us for 8 hours.
I'd rather be tortured, to tell you the truth.
What, for 8 hours?
The 8 hours is a bit rough. When it was 7 that one time, it was painful. But I do like the looking forward to this is the day of Mania and scheduling. Like, it's a big event. You're getting your food, you're getting your friends together, and this is your one night. If you have a spouse or whatever, you don't have to be like, sorry, the whole weekend's booked with this horrible wrestling. I do like a 1 event night, but how about they just change it to 4 to 5 hours? I mean, 5's even rough, but you could do that instead. How about you don't need every single person that's in your company to have a match. I love this, that everyone's rewarded. Oh, we'll have Battle Royale. Everyone, the whole back is empty because everyone has to be on this show. No.
Dude, it'll be WrestleMania week by the time we're like...
Oh, God.